Plaintiff Olivia Bennett says she and the defendant have children by the same man, and at first they didn't get along. However, they soon became friends for the sake of their children. But Olivia is suing her today for the cost of a van and emotional distress. Defendant Tiffany Little admits that she and Olivia became friends because they felt like it was in the best interest of their children, and they even lived together a couple of times. Tiffany claims Olivia is suing for more than she owes.
Start with you.
I met the defendant because we have children by the same man. Back in May of 2009, I started dating him, and she pops up and tells him like 4 days after we started dating that she had his child. He didn't know that she was even pregnant. She claimed that she didn't know she was pregnant either. But how do you not know you're pregnant, you know?
How many months was she pregnant with?
I guess 9 months, 10 months, however long you're pregnant for.
She had delivered the baby?
Yeah, she had delivered the baby.
All right.
And she told him that she was in the hospital and had the baby and he needed to come and see it and stuff.
Okay.
So obviously at first we didn't get along because of that situation. She lied about some stuff. And then after
Where is
that...
he today? You all together?
No.
What happened? He run off?
Yeah.
With who?
I don't know.
Okay.
He
just left and you never saw him again?
No, I see him sometimes. He's not very involved though. With his children.
Does he pay his child support?
No.
Why won't you get him locked up?
That's not worth it to me.
Okay. It ain't about you though, it's about the children. Yeah.
Well, my kids
They don't think they might want clothes in the future,
well,
high school car in the future, pardon me?
I provide everything.
Pay for all of their college in the future, you got that?
No.
So you do need their child support, or they certainly do, because they may want to go to college. They're going to either want trade school or college, and both cost.
Defendant Tiffany Little says she and the plaintiff have children by the same man, and they became friends for the sake of the kids. But the plaintiff is suing her for the cost of a van.
I'm worried about these children. Yours? What's happening with yours and this no good man?
He's...
The child. How old is the child?
Oh, he's 10.
All right, and how's he doing?
Well, he'll be 10 tomorrow.
How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. I mean, he has a lot of problems. I mean,
what type of problems?
He's ADHD, ODD, signs of bipolar, anxiety.
Boy, I know you have a big challenge on your hands, I assume.
Yeah. We both do.
We both, as in, one of your children have that type of challenge?
Both of my kids do. The two oldest ones do.
Okay. Well, don't let that limit their ambitions.
No, I don't.
There are many, many people with bipolar who are very gifted.
Yeah.
ADHD, for example, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I have that, or had it until I'm told I grew out of it. They say I wasn't medicated, but I should have been. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been a thug all my life and gotten in so much trouble, I'm told, had I been treated. And however, that allowed me to think of several things at one time all my life, or all as an adult now, and I was able to manage it. I'm able to manage 3 things at one time. That's why I was able to outcompete my peers in college, because I had this challenge that allowed me to think of 3 things at the same time. I've said this before in here. And so if you're going to college, all right, that's one thing to think about. Then if you're working, it's the second thing to think about. And if you have some other ambition or what have you, that's another thing to think about. And if you can think about all of them at the same time, you can get all of them at the same time done.
Exactly.
That's the gift your children have, all right?
Yes.
That's why I'm going through all that, telling you that I have a personal experience and knowledge, and that I don't want you to allow your children to be handicapped by that so-called stigma. You should teach them that they have a gift, and it's their challenge to learn how to manage that gift so that they can be successful.
Of course.
All right? All right. What are you suing her for regarding the cost of a van?
In 2011, I then had our first child, me and the father of our children, our first child, and then we decided that we were going to become friends after that because of, for the kids' sake.
Good.
And with our friendship, I have tried to help her out numerous times, and she has screwed me over every time that I have tried to help her out.
How so? Give me an example.
We lived together a couple of times, and every time that we lived together, she never gave me notice that she was moving. She just moved out and left me with all the bills.
How many times?
Twice.
Is that true?
Not entirely.
What's the entire then?
I told her ahead of time that I might have, been
That is
moving
not
out
true.
and stuff. And
How about the other time?
Well, the other time it was under circumstances that.
All right. Well, why don't you tell me about the relationship with the plaintiff?
It was a really good relationship. Again, like she said, that we met, through him. And we decided to become friends after they had their first child. Best interest in the kids. And we remained friends. And, we lived together a few times. It was 3 times altogether. And
how did it go? When you all were living together, it was fine?
Yeah, it was fine.
All right, until you ran off.
Defendant Tiffany Little says she and the plaintiff have children by the same man, and they became friends for the sake of the kids. But the plaintiff is suing her for the cost of a van.
Why are you suing her for the van?
Because I bought a van, and when I bought the van, I didn't have a driver's license, so we agreed that she would drive it, but she had to ask my permission to take it if she needed to go somewhere. The van was to get my son to his doctor's appointments because my son is special needs. He's autistic, has ADHD, and has a communication disorder. So I let her take it and everything. She took it home. Then I soon found out that she was driving it all over the place without my permission. I have proof of that. I have proof of that.
What happened?
And then on March 8th, I asked for it back. When she brought it back to me, I smelled antifreeze really bad in it, and then it was running weird. So I took it to a garage on March 12th. They told me that the radiator was cracked and the head gasket was blown. After that, I did tell Miss Little that I needed her to help me with either replacing the vehicle and or me getting another vehicle, because I felt like it was partially her responsibility because she was the one that was driving it. So she agreed to this. Between that time and the time that the van completely blew up, I had asked her multiple times if she had the money, and she kept giving me excuses, giving me the runaround.
Did she ever agree to give you anything?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
I have
How
proof
much?
of that. She agreed to give me $450.
Has she given any of it to you?
No, she has not given me any money.
How are you suing her for 15 if you all agreed it would be
because the
$450?
van was the van was $1,000 and $500 for emotional distress because my son is autistic.
Yeah, but how did it go from 450 to that?
Because that was the cost of the van.
Okay. And so if you negotiate something with someone, say there's a dispute, and the dispute is over $1,000. If you and the person say, okay, you can give me $500 and we'll be done. That's a settlement. So we don't have to go to court, we don't have to do anything. Well, 500 doesn't come, they've breached the settlement. So you go all the way back to the original amount. What do you say about this, ma'am? She says that you violated the agreement of $450.
I agreed to help her because, just trying to be a good friend. I told her everything that was going on with the van at the time, and she knew. I bought a piece, which is the antifreeze hose on top of the motor. Then I got oil changed for her right off the back within the week. Then she said
You agreed
that
to give her the $450 for what reason?
just to help her out.
Did she ever ask you for $1,000?
No.
Did you ever ask her for the total amount?
No, I told her that it was going to be $2,500 to fix the van, though, because that's
Okay.
what I was
She did
told.
tell you that?
Yes.
She said the $2,500.
That's the amount it was going to cost to fix the damage she caused?
Yes.
So you all came to $450?
Yeah.
And you said, I'll just give you this, that's the agreement, and we'll be done, but you didn't complete that agreement.
I hadn't had the opportunity yet. Just things
All
came
right.
up.
Well, we're going to give you a little more time, but we're going to increase her judgment because she has that right. So I'll grant her the $1,000 just for the monies, ma'am, not grant emotional distress for folks having hardships. $1,000 is your judgment.
Your
Have a
Honor,
good
thank you
day.
so much.
that we can still be friends.
I don't know what to say.